God, man, this button's going to kill me. This button is going to be the death of me. You can hear me now. I know that. Do I have it in me to redo that? Okay. Good evening, traders. How's everybody doing tonight? Been a long day. Yes, this little mute button is going to be the most expensive mute button of all time. Just needing to push it, shuffling people in and out and all that fun stuff. Yeah. I wish I was trolling you, but let's just get started. We're going to just jump into it. Welcome to Slow Markets, everybody. I'm Coach Dakota, Coach DBA, and as always, there is our Topstep risk disclosure in the YouTube chat. This is not a signals class. This is purely for education, as I always let everybody know. So let's go through this. As always, we're going to do a rapid fire, go through NASDAQ, crude oil, maybe take a peek at Nikkei, and then finish it off with gold. Maybe we see some more volatility in gold. Gold's been making a run, making a new all-time highs, and it's been fun. So let's get to it. Here's NASDAQ on the daily chart. Man, what can I say? It's been, last week was the worst week for a long time, and this week is turning into be basically a reversal. We've already recovered most of last week already. We're in the final stretch, looking for a run maybe to 19,700. This is, of course, something I was talking about during TopstepTV day show. If you have missed it, you guys could pretty much see it. We talked about it last night a little bit. Sure enough, we had another beautiful green day again today. So here we are. 19,460s. Tonight we're already starting up into the green, it looks like. Not much to go over on the daily, so let's just zoom in on the hourly chart. And yeah, we're getting more of that, right? Had a huge rally on the 11th, which does not seem too long ago. It feels like just moments ago it was. Wednesday, kind of a consolidation overnight, a pullback in the morning, and then a continuation. And so are we seeing that again? Did we have a nice pullback down to these 360s? It looks like we are pushing up. We're continuing to push into these highs. I need to correct a few things on my end, it looks like. Let me get that corrected. Make sure all my charts are linked. There you go. ESIP. No, we're looking at the NQ, not the ES. And yeah, do we see a breakout tonight? You can see that we do have a little bit of a consolidation right there when we did start to sell off. And the next level is, of course, these 600s. Not too far away. Tomorrow's Friday. Fridays are always crazy. They really are. Just capital preservation, not risking a lot. You don't need to give back a week or make a bad week even worse going into tomorrow. But let's see how we do in the NASDAQ. I'm bullish, obviously. Quite the recovery here. We didn't see it as dramatic as a move today. I mean, we still did see a good move from these lows all the way up there. 1.5%, about almost 300 points from the low to the high of that pullback. And let's see if we could have a continuation. It's looking pretty bullish right now, right? Where we had a pullback, kind of a little V shape. Do we see this continuation? Do we break out overnight and into the London session? Are we going to be seeing these highs? Hopefully it waits for us. I don't like waking up in the morning and starting out the New York session already up here. I would much rather start the New York session after a consolidation. So we will see. We do have a lot of resistance to get through. We're talking about these. I'm talking about these 700s, 600s. We do have, this is a key resistance area. Look, this was support. We are basically right here. You can see where we are at in the market, and we still have some ways to go. There is some resistance here. So not just complete straight up. There is a lot of resistance and a lot of traffic to get through. But once we get through that, looks like maybe these 530s, 520s, then maybe it's just smooth selling until the 600s. Smooth selling's a very loose term. I should put that out there. that's what I'm seeing tonight. Not even going to consider talking about the downside, right? The downside, I'm not even seeing anything to short this market, to be honest, even if I was to invert my charts. But anything can happen. Obviously, we did make some of these nice pivots. If we start to zoom in maybe onto the 5-minute chart, we could start to see that. Not even seeing any good support areas that we could just reverse and break through. There is an argument to be made that this was support. If we do poke through there, maybe we can continue right back down into these 19,300s, 19,240s. We don't want to be sitting here in a complete biased view, right? Where we're always looking at longs, and then we just get caught with our pants down, for lack of a better word. And if the market does sell off, it surprises us. So not being surprised if we do sell off a little, back down into these 19,300s and look for a pullback and look for a higher low. However, this market is not having very deep pullbacks. Let's see. I guess 150 points is a reasonable pullback, right? 150 points. What was that pullback yesterday or today during the New York session? 130, 140. So these are decent pullbacks to get in. And then we did have that 100-point drop that I actually happened to catch a decent short on. 124 points on this one. So 100-point pullbacks are decent to get in. And the question is, where do we buy it, right? Is that the question? That was the question for this entire week. But we'll see. I'm going to be on for Topstep TV again. So if you guys missed it, it's been a marathon for me. All day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and then all day again tomorrow. This is the last slow markets for the week. So, yeah, let's see if maybe we could find a trade. Let's take a look at crude oil. Crude oil's bullish, right? We had that nice rally. We did end up seeing the $69 a barrel level as we were watching and looking for. Let's zoom in here. Yeah, so 67.80s. This was the nice support. Support was resistance. When we broke through, the resistance became support again. It broke through, and we got as high as, we didn't really get to those $70 a barrel, but it wouldn't surprise me. Maybe we get a continuation and looking for some of these highs around in the 70s. I'd like to see a pullback. Maybe we kind of already did that in the afternoon, right? That is the pullback. We did pull back to this area of support and resistance. This is a strong area of support and resistance. If you missed it, I had that fun conversation with D talking about oil on this pullback and then looking for a continuation to the long side. And so far, so good. I'm going to continue to monitor crude oil, looking for opportunities to the long side. If we can continue this, getting a run into the $70 a barrel. D did say there's some economic news overseas that might come into play for crude oil. She's a lot better crude oil trader than I am. Let's see. So, yeah, there is going to be some news, industry protected tonight, later tonight, Chinese news that could make an effect on crude. So it's going to be interesting to see where we wake up in the morning, looking to the long side anyway. Let's go ahead and move over to the Nikkei. We talked about the Nikkei a little bit. Yeah, Nikkei, Japanese market. I'm not extremely interested in it as of late. It is, $125 a tick, and I'm not going to be recommending it to newer traders. Maybe one day we could get some micros on this and it would be a lot more attractive. But just going through, very similar to the NASDAQ, where we're starting to turn and become a bit bullish, a bit more bullish on this, where we can see that there is some nice technical patterns, a double bottom. We did break through this. This was resistance. It's becoming support. Looks like it might have been coming support again tonight. So maybe there is something to be said. Maybe we could see a retest. It looks like this was a nice resistance zone as well. If we could get through this breakout, and then there is some room to the upside. This is an hourly chart. And yeah, you can see there's some resistance here. Do we come and see some of these highs as well? Do we come and at least maybe see 38,000? 38,000 can come in play if we start to further this rally. That is definitely optional. I mean, taking this 39,000 kind of correlates with $20,000, $20,000 in the NASDAQ back in the highs of near the end of August. So if we do start to continue this bullish structure, there is a possibility to make a run back up into this consolidation area in the Nikkei. And then switching over to gold, the star of the day today. And oh, wow, okay. Sure enough, you heard Coach Jay and we were talking about this last night. Shout out to Coach Jay. I don't know if he's seeing this or getting some rest. But as we were watching this market, this was a very bullish pattern, right? And we were even having that conversation of it's kind of too obvious, right? Is it too good to be true? Well, it wasn't. We just rallied through here, and it was a nice, clear, bullish flag. We broke through that, making all-time highs, and we broke through that with violence. It looks like we did, zooming in here just a little bit, just seeing these wicks. It looks like we broke through, pulled back, and then we had that continuation. We'll take a look at it on a smaller time frame. But 2,600, that has been the level I have been looking for it feels like almost a month, right? Maybe a month, a few weeks. I've been watching gold and seeing if we could get up there, and it sure has taken its time, consolidating, bringing a lot of chop throughout, the end of August and beginning of September. But let's see if we can get there. Maybe we wake up tomorrow and we're at 2,600. I wouldn't be surprised. It looks like we just made some new highs even while I started slow markets. So let's zoom into the 5-minute, and we can kind of see that breakout and that pullback probably on the 5-minute time frame. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, you could see it. You could see it pretty clear where breakout, pullback, breakout, pullback. This was the market to trade today. This really was, instead of just, and I've talked about it. We talked about it a little bit during the day show, was we were busy just getting chopped up in the NASDAQ and just looking over the fence at gold and saying, man, that was probably the better market to watch today. And sure enough, it was, right? Beautiful, clean price action, trend, pullback, continuation, pullback, continuation, a flagging pattern, continuation. And yeah, that's okay. Let's see if we can continue that. It looks like we did have maybe a run of stops up to 25.91 and a half. 25.91 and a half immediately rejected. So we are seeing increased volatility in gold. So maybe the 8 p.m. spike in volatility can be a play tonight. I'm going to watch that. Yeah, I'm going to focus on gold a little bit more tonight and see if we can find a slow markets trade. We don't have too much in terms of news. It is rollover, and we've seen some of those crazy moves that especially in the NASDAQ today while we were trading. Like some of these crazy moves, like right there, that was 100 points in a minute. Man, you could probably even see it on the 1 minute. Let's move to the 1 minute chart just so we could make it and talk about how dramatic it was, right? So this was dramatic. This was definitely dramatic. We had that huge move. It wasn't a news event. And then another one. And another one. And this was not news. This was just today. It wasn't really even a technical. It's just rollover price action, a bit choppy. And then in this afternoon, I actually took a short. I was short this market, believe it or not. And I caught this, which is weird to think. I was not expecting that big of a move, but I ended up catching it. Yeah, right there. There's the short. I shorted at 458, 457, 454, which is, where is it? 458. So I ended up shorting it there. I remember we was breaking through during the New York session, and yeah, that was the pivot I was watching, and we failed, consolidated, and I ended up getting short at 58 and shorting it as it started to go in my direction. And I covered it at, it looks like I covered it. I had a nice cover on one of them, 423s. So I didn't catch the entire move. It looks like I covered halfway through that candle, and then I got a better fill at 391. So I covered some there. So I didn't catch the whole entire move, which, I'm fine with. Just caught a big chunk of it. So how's that? I can short the market. That was one of my better shorts in this one. Show executions. Well, the executions are it's kind of hard, especially when this big move comes on a candlestick. Let's go through. Where's the thing? It's kind of hard to see, especially with micros. It makes the chart look just. Oh, where did it go? Oh, it was in micros, right? MNQ. Come on. Did I just not click save? Why is it not showing? Oh, that's because it's over here. Okay. So there it is. You could see I was trying to scalp the long breakout, decided, and there's those, and you can't really see anything. Let's go to a 100 tick chart, and maybe you could see it a little bit, and I could talk about more of what I was seeing all the way over here to the left. And I'm going to pay attention to the time. We have 10 minutes till 8 p.m., and we'll watch gold. Come on. Let's get there. Okay, so there it is. So, yeah, so there's where I was trying to long. I was trying to get long near the afternoon. Got in long right here. Closed it out. That was a good trade. That was a good. No, it wasn't. I don't know why that was a loss. This was a loss. I don't know why that's showing there. I think it just happened too fast, but this was a loss. That's not a winner. That's a loser. 473s and then closing out 462. That was a 10-point loser. Yeah, that was not a winner. That was a loser. Yeah, you can see that was the loser right there. See? Loser, 10 points on that one. But here we go. This was my entry, and you can kind of see it. I'm going to go through and explain. So pretty clear, obvious, right? This was support. This was acting as support going into power hour. We did fail. We broke through that. And then we had this nice little bounce. And then as we started to turn back around, I got in short. And all I was looking for, it wasn't a big short. I was just looking for the market to come back down into these 50s level. And as you could see, I was taking profits right there. And it just ended up going really quick. And just look at that sell-off. And see, I don't know why these confirmations, that's not exact, right? Because this is like exit 391, and then 391 is clear down here. So, yeah, that's 391 is down here. But this market was moving super fast. And you can see that was my short. And that's why I don't like these trade confirmations. I was taking profit, let's see, 430. Yeah, see, 430. I started taking profits here. This is where I was taking profits. That's why I don't like this. Let's get that out of there. That's ugly looking. Anyway, so yeah, tick charts are, and that is just rough. Anyway, let me just explain this without that bit of a mess. But yeah, I was getting short right here. I was basically taking profit, and this moved too fast, which, I mean, it's a good thing, right? Faster than I could take profits. So let's read this, the executions, and then we could go through there. So took profits on the way down. I was just buying bid, and you guys could see it right there. 430, 423, 413, 491, or 391, and 440. Basically, as we started to sell off. I don't think I need to go through and explain it too much. And you can see that was quite the move. I was just looking for us to go back down to support a quick in and out scalp. But then for just some random reason, we sold off an additional 100 points and got lucky there. That was luck. That was 100% luck on that aspect. But let's go ahead. Let's take a look at gold. And we're coming up, approaching 8 p.m. And we've been seeing a spike in volatility. That's usually when we see a spike in volatility. This past couple weeks has not been that great on gold at 8 p.m. But let's take a look. So we had this high. That was even after the market closed. Where was the market closed during the New York session? Was basically right around here. And we had that nice huge run up to 25.91. And we're right back in here in this zone. And there's two train of thoughts as I'm going through. coming into 8 p.m., we still have 7 minutes, is a possibility of a break below 85. So a break below this consolidation and a trade maybe down to 83. And this is going to be the next area of support. Yeah, this is definitely this is a zone of support. So these two levels are going to be of interest going into the 8 p.m. And then, of course, yeah, I'm going to see, interesting to see how we play on this wick. As 2600 is not too far off. 2600 is right there. Can we get there tonight? Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's watch it. If there is a trade setup, I'm going to take it because of the volatility. And so we'll continue to watch this. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Lucky Cat, what news out of China is expected and where can we check it? I like to use Forex Factory. I don't pay too much attention to the news, but this is Forex Factory right here. And it's showing, what is this? Industrial production, retail sales, unemployment. I mean, there's a nice batch of news coming out. So, and then if we click on, oh no, let's today. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm sure there's plenty of news sources you can go in and find. Somebody in the chat probably has a better source than Forex Factory, to be honest. Yeah, there's probably plenty of sources. You guys are the chat. You guys have probably a big list of what you guys use. Yeah, the red folder and orange folders are typically the ones that move the market. But I don't really look at anything other than the ones that are red and something that we're all watching and waiting for. All right. Is the gold book super thin, or why am I not able to see past 10 in either direction? Yeah, I think that's been limited. I don't have a solid answer for you. Maybe somebody in the chat knows a little bit better than I do. I don't look at the order book very often, but it is limited. Yeah. Baby Pips News, Trading Economics, Trader Hub, Econo Day Global. Yeah, there's lots of other reasons. Or, yeah, Andrew A., you could just click on the people symbol on the left, right there. Trader Hub, economic events. Oh, well, that makes life so much easier. Well, there you go. There you go. Take a look at that. September 13th. Right there. That makes there. That's a lot easier. You don't even have to leave TopstepX so much. Thank you, Andrew. Chinese new home prices, Chinese urban investment year to date, Chinese unemployment rate. Yeah, there's bigger news. You can see this is much better than the Forex Factory. Yeah, I like this one. Nice. Thank you. Big shout out to you, Andrew. I didn't know it was there. Don't say anything. Come on. Come on. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. We're just Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Man, take a look at gold. We're bouncing. Are we at 8 p.m.? 3 minutes before. That could have been the trade. That could have been the trade if someone was brave enough to buy that dip. I wasn't seeing any signals right there, but what a volatile market. Let's watch this. Once you know the news, you don't need to keep looking at it though, so that's why you didn't. Yeah, I mean that pretty much. I don't. Very rarely do I look at the news because everyone already talks about it. I heard it from D, and so I didn't even need to check because D told me. And usually TopstepTV covers it a lot, and people are always talking about major news events that people are looking to that can move the market. And so very rarely do I check it. Unless it's like tonight, somebody asks, like, let's take a look at the news. Yeah, that Trader Hub's nice. There's the market news. That's pretty dang cool. Forecast previous. Financial juice plugged straight into. Oh, wow. You just click that and it's buy financial juice. So, wow. There you go. there we go. Just, you could filter it. You could even filter this. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Let's keep our eyes on this market. I'll have to play around with that more after. I'm only for the 30 lots. Who needs the news? It's important to pay attention to the bigger news events to make sure you're not in a trade or you're going to be trading around it, and it does affect the markets, right? So here we go. Thank you, Angelo. I seen that. Click the symbol in Topstep X. I did. Long day for me. Okay. Here we go. Pushing up into. Are we going to see another run to a high of day? We have 1 minute. 1 minute remaining until the 8 p.m. Yeah, are you guys sick of me yet? Are you guys sick of me? We only have 1,100 viewers, so maybe you guys are starting to get sick of me because there's a moment where there's about 1,900 to 2,000 traders on here, a little more consistent. No, never. So why are the viewers down? Riddle me that. Maybe maybe they realized we're not giving away stuff. We had a spike when we were giving away free stuff. I know that for sure. When I was able to convince Danielle to give me away some free stuff. Here we go. It's Thursday night football too. I need to check my fantasy football team. I don't think I have any players coming in. Well, I'll have to check that. Fantasy football. When do I sleep? Well, there's an hour after the market's closed. There's a little hour window where the markets are not open. I try and take a power nap. Yeah, I used to trade the Nikkei daily. Yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone. Maybe the volatility spikes back up and we could watch Nikkei again. Yeah, it was all that gambling we did today that upset some of the traders. So for some reason, that was all the gambling. Here it goes. 8 p.m. Central. Here we go. 2590s. Will we see 2600 tonight? I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for 2600. It would be an honor to see 2600 during my stream. Here we go. Let's see this. Let's see it. Pushing the new highs, new all-time high. 92. Let's see if we could get to that. I missed out on the trade. This was the trade, the break and continuation. Unfortunately, it didn't wait for us. It didn't wait for 8 p.m. Yeah, who caught that? There's got to be somebody here in this chat that caught it. Yeah, you guys want to see trades? Like this, you guys, I got some the critics out there. Why don't you trade your XFAs? Why don't you trade for real? Why don't you trade your XFAs? You guys want to see me trade for real? You're not going to see that many trades. That's the reality. You want to see me trade for real? Be prepared to watch the charts and not watch the trades. You might not even see me take a trade if you want to see me trade for real. So expect less trades if you want me to trade for real. We could always switch to a demo account and have fun, but that's not real, I guess. Slow markets for a reason, man. Let's watch this. We're holding these 90s so far. I like it. Holding these 91s. Switch to demo. I would like to take advantage of a move that sets up, sure, but nothing yet. Quality over quantity, 100%, Luke. What do you call scalping earlier today? Well, there was volatility and there was opportunity. Tonight's slow markets. And that was micros too. Micros. What do I call today? I call today a good day during the New York session. I finished today up like almost $6,000. $6,000 in a day is a good day. There's a lot of traders out there that just that gamble, right? F it Friday anyway. Ooh, there Andrew coming in with the F it Friday. It is Friday. It is the Friday trading session starting tonight. So there is something behind that. We are still holding up here and testing these 92s. Not too much of a spike so far. Only 4 minutes into the 8 p.m. A lot of this was quite the move going into it. So if we do see a break, it could get pretty volatile here. I was tuned in earlier today. 92s. If we start to sell off a little bit, we'll switch and see what the other markets are doing. You guys are definitely watching it. Friday the 13th. Yes, it is. Friday the 13th. Yeah. Are you guys superstitious? Todd, maybe me too. Are you guys superstitious in trading? It's Friday the 13th. If you lose money, you will be superstitious tomorrow. Or stupidstitious. Is that a Michael Scott quote? It sounds like it would be. A little stitious. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get through this. Nope. Still kind of consolidating. This is a consolidation. You could play a break below this or a break above it. As we watch. Friday the 13th, coach. It is good luck day for me. Okay. Well, if you're superstitious, remember trading's a zero-sum game. You place a buy, somebody else is on the other side of that. So, it's going to be a bad day for half the people trading the market. Here we go. 92.4. 92.4 got offered. There's a little bit of a break. Let's see if we can hold above that. Really wanting to see 2600 trade tonight just so I could watch it. Just so we could say, I was here. We were here when gold traded 2600. Something I've been waiting for a month. Thank you, Richard. It's been a lot. We're getting so close. You did 3 cons at 25.77 out. Great trade if you were able to buy 20 way down there. That's quite a lot. As we watch this, if you say it enough times, it will happen. I've been trying, Armando. 2600, 2600. Beetlejuice. I watched that the other day. Not too bad. Thank you. 40 contract sitting at 93 and 2/10. Well, this isn't too much fun. I'm going to look. Let's see. Is there NASDAQ? Oh, get out of that one. NASDAQ sold off a little bit. There could be an opportunity here. Sell off, consolidate, and maybe a push back up towards 60s, into these 60s. That could be an opportunity. Let's go ahead and take a look at Nikkei. Yeah, Nikkei's not doing too much either. We did bounce off of this support, right? So that could be something to watch out for. Let's just watch that one as well, bouncing off that support. And let's take a look at crude oil and then jump back over to gold. because I don't want to miss if we do start to rally. Crude oil just not doing anything, and then we'll take a look at gold. And yeah, let's zoom back in. 60 contracts. Here we go. Let's see if we could get that push back up to new highs. Blew through those contracts. Nothing's holding this market back if it wants to go up to 2,600. Yeah, tough to buy anything at all-time highs, right? Tough to sell anything at all-time highs too. Because you don't want to sell this because it's at an all-time high. You don't want to be a top picker, but then you don't want to be the buyer up here. Yeah. So let's see if we get a push above this 94 evens. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of traders out there that's just so hard to buy it up here. I'm sure there's a lot of people for 2,600. Dakota, what's your reason for 2,600? Is it because it's a whole number? Mostly, yeah. It's a whole number, and it was at about an expected move when I was doing some analysis, and when we do some analysis on like a daily chart. Say if we jump to a daily, you can see where 2,600's right there, and then the breakout of this flagging pattern. The first key, resistance might be that whole number of 2,600. And then if you just go ahead and measure something like this, the measured move happens to be pretty dang close to 2,600 as well. So there's a few things lining up for 2,600, and that's it. Yeah, because where do you find resistance when you're making all-time highs? So let's see. Here we go. 96. If you're not a buyer, then you're a seller, or you're just neither for the moment. Yeah, there's no data looking to the left. There's nothing. This is new territory for gold. Absolutely new territory. Feel free to answer. So yeah, we can answer some questions if you guys have them. Richard. Bulls feeding into bulls. Then everyone's just so bullish, and then the market sells off, and we all lose together. Win together, lose together. Is that what you're saying, Richard? And it's all comedy. You've seen me take shorts. Close your eyes and press buy. I mean, that would have worked this whole move up. This is quite the move here in gold. We got to 96 and a third. 96 and a third. What do you know to enter? Or yeah, 96 and a third. What do you know to enter the candle when it is moving? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Who is tomorrow's guest? Oh, okay. So I do know I have Coach Jay. He's going to be joining me tomorrow early in the morning. Then hopefully Eddie's feeling better. We'll have Eddie, and then Coach Robert. Hopefully everything's going okay with him as well. But then in the afternoon, it should be Nick for a tick, and maybe we can get Eddie on there for a reversal challenge. So jam-packed, man. This is jam-packed to the end of market close tomorrow. So it's not slowing down. I'm not slowing down. I've enjoyed every minute of it too. Exhausting, but very enjoyable. JT just wasn't feeling good. I don't know the details. Maybe we can ask him tomorrow, hopefully, if he's feeling better. Daily Topstep TV starts. I'm going to be starting it at 8 a.m. Central Time. 8 a.m. Well, maybe we don't get to see 2,600 during tonight's stream. Let's move on. Let's go ahead and move on. Slow Dakota turned fast. We have different gears. Let's move on. And you know what? To be honest, guys, if you guys watched Fast Markets today on normal Topstep TV during the day show, that's not normally how I trade. It's just the market today was so choppy, and it trying to adjust to the markets was a little bit tough, but it ended up pretty good. Pretty good. And we could review it. You can see my trade win percent is low. My average risk reward now is starting to get, I don't know, what is this looking at? This is looking at this last week. Last month is a little bit better. This last week, let's take a look today. No trades today. This last week. Yeah, let's review this. So this was today. You can see I'm trading micros. Volume was pretty dang high today as well. Just lots of micros. Typically, I don't trade like this. I don't trade as much and as much volume as in micros, but pretty good week so far. Up, what is this? Whatever it is times 5 last week. So I'm up about 20, almost 22,000 this week. 22,000. 4,600 times 5. No, I'm way off. I can't even do the math. Yeah, 4,600 times 5. That should be some very basic math. Some public math right here. Yeah, 23,300 this week. So definitely not normal trading today. It was not a normal market. That is definitely for sure. What a reversal, gold. Come on. That was quite the reversal. That's not what I was really wanting to see for the sake of my mental health. I wanted to see 2,600 just to kind of pull out the... I should maybe... You know what? At this rate, I should probably get a 2,600 hat for gold like Peter Tuchman does. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to go get a 2,600 hat made for gold. Just in honor of Peter Tuchman and the fact that I've been waiting for it for so long. And then what's going to happen is we're not going to see it. We're just going to sell off, and we're not going to see 2,600 in gold till next year. That would be superstition. You scalped a quick $70 on that rip up. This is quite volatile. Let's take a look. Is NASDAQ bouncing? Do we see that? Nope. NASDAQ's kind of just being boring. Not a lot of movement in NASDAQ tonight. Probably exhausted. You can see how choppy it was. Look how choppy NASDAQ was. Like, tell me, where do you trade this? Like, how do you trade this mess? You don't. If you watch the Topstep TV during the day show, you've seen how messy trading was. And you could see how bad I got chopped up. I got chopped up all day. And then when I go and take my lunch, we freaking started the rally. And just more chop. So definitely hands off on NASDAQ rollover going into Friday. And gold is a lot cleaner market when it comes to the price action. We're seeing nice, clean price action in gold. None of that chop. It was a nice day after lunch. Salco, did you take only longs? In the morning, I was taking longs. I did end up in a nice short trade in the afternoon. That worked out pretty well. But here goes gold. That is a reversal. What is this looking like on a higher time frame? Ooh, the hourly chart does not look good on gold. Hourly chart does not look good. I'm curious if we do get down below this 85 levels, this 25.85 levels, could be something where we can look to short this, or at least not even short, maybe just look for a pullback. That's going to be an interesting level on gold, but that is an ugly candlestick. That's at least starting to form for sure. Someone says, Richard, you were long when you took that short. That was a rough one. That today, when the market was selling off so fast, that's when you get a lot of slippage. I'm curious, Richard, did you experience slippage? I did, to the positive side. Sometimes you get lucky. Let's take a look at the 5-minute here on gold. 5-minute reversal. If you were looking to short this, I mean, there's a reversal there that probably took a loss on. Broke below 90. What a market. What a market sell. I'm going to go ahead and chop into gold. We're going to just do this. I'm going to get in long. We're going to get in. I'm getting in the long a micro gold. We'll see if we could get a kind of a little bounce right back up into these 90s. Going to have a dramatic stop loss to be safe. Is gold right at VWAP? Willie C says gold's right at VWAP. Maybe my, I just sensed it. Really? Is gold really at VWAP? Well, you know, I was just joking when I said I am the VWAP. Is it really? Session VWAP? It just felt like it, right? We had a nice sell-off, looking for a higher low. I started to see price action give up a moment. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. That's suspicious. I don't know. You trade long enough, you get an idea a little bit about these pullbacks, right? I mean, it's not hard to just kind of take an eyeball, take a guess, just like you can make an assumption on Fibonacci levels, right? Fibonacci levels are not too hard to take a guess on either. Yeah, I wasn't watching VWAP. It's weird how sometimes it works out. Is this that's not a Fibonacci number, is it? This looks more like that's closer to 70% on the Fibonacci retracement. That's probably closer to 78. Yeah, it's 78 on that one. Yeah, that was right around 70%, 78. That's not even a Fibonacci number. If you guys are a Fibonacci trader. Man, I swear, you could watch this, and if you watch charts long enough, you can start to get an idea and an understanding of and just look at this, right? From this move to this move, and you could visually see that's right about 70%. I don't know about the VWAP on just saying, oh, that's exactly where the VWAP is. I mean, we looked at this higher time frame, but I mean, from where we open the session at basically here, I mean, that would make sense to me that VWAP's right there. So yeah, it's not like this amazing secret thing. It's just, I don't want to say common sense, but just a rough estimate, I guess. Yeah, you could eyeball the fibs. Eyeballing the fibs is pretty easy. Eyeballing the Fibonacci's. If only we were in a bigger position. You guys wanted me to see it and take a trade, so there it is. Gonna lock in this in. I liked, and you know what I seen? What I can appreciate. I appreciate that D had her ticks. I can appreciate that, D. Let her know how much I appreciate that. That was very nice. Having ticks instead of the dollar amounts, there's something to that, right? I'm looking at this as a nice 5-to-1 risk reward. If we could get it, maybe even just a peek at, you know what? I might be okay with just over a 3-to-1 risk reward on this. But let's see. I'm going to have my take profit about right there. That's where I'm going to look to take profit, but I'm going to close it manually, because if this thing just bounces, remember like that short on the New York session today where it just, for some random reason, the market just moved really quick in my direction. And if I had to take profit, you know, sometimes you can't catch that. So that is the downside of the take profit, is you'll max. Like my max profit is there no matter what. However, sometimes I don't like to have the take profit for that reason, and I like to just close it out manually. But then other times, if you're trying to close it out manually, you don't always get that fill. I'm taking away the fun. What am I taking away the fun? Would you add to this trade? Yeah, I would. If I was to add to this trade, it would be a break above this level, above, say, 90 and 8/10, 90.8. But this is not looking that great. This is like the cost of a mute fee that I send Jack. I wouldn't mind bailing out of this one early if I wanted to. What's the reason for entering to this spot? Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna watch this one play out. Actually, the reason for entering this spot is we are bullish. We are bullish on gold. We've been making highs. We've had a nice pullback, and this is the 1 minute chart, and we pulled back, and this is a pretty good pullback. What I started to see was, you see these wicks. We started to consolidate here for a little bit. And then I seen a hesitation in price. And it's hard for me to say I seen a hesitation in price, because you'll see the momentum. Then you'll see price kind of just stop. Just watching how I'm having a hard time explaining this one, everybody. And I'm not going to say because I felt like it, because that's going to be wrong. But I seen it. I seen it start to slow down here, and I wanted to get in long anyway, and I was a bit preemptive, and I don't mind getting into a trade being, early to and getting a better risk reward. Risking 1 micro, it wasn't that great of a trade where I was like, I want this, and I'm going to look to make a good amount of money. Maybe just pattern recognition, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sorry, everybody. Maybe I could think a little bit better once I get some sleep, and then I could explain that. Yeah, I'll explain it better one of these days. Andrew, freaking $7. $7 is $7, man. It's less about the dollar amount and the ticks. I lost 5 ticks. If that was one contract, that's $50. Yeah, I look for just that. That's exactly what I look for. Man, I'm actually pretty tempted to get right back into this. This would be a confirmation. See how that is a beautiful reversal bar. Let's see. This market is just super slow. I'm not going to do it. And now this is going to rally because I don't want to do it. I'm going to make that 7. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I can't say it. I can't call the trade out and not take it, right? Even if it's a micro. Dakota, can you show and explain how to do a Fibonacci? Yeah, I could do it. I can do it. Let's do this. So Fibonacci level, the way I like to do them. Now maybe traders have their own different ways of doing it. But the way I like to do it, the way I learned, is over here I click on Fibonacci retracements, and from the start of the move, so right down here, from the start of the move into the top of the move, right there, is where I like to have my Fibonacci's. Some traders are in particular, do you include the wick? Do you not include the wick? Do you say that one's the move, and then you have to redo it and do another one? To each their own. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I really traded Fibonacci's. I'm not the best right now, and I don't have the most confidence in saying and teaching about Fibonacci's, but the way I like to do it is from the start of that move to the top of the move and saying, okay, looking for trades at key Fibonacci levels. So does anybody else like to do it any other way? I'm sure there's different ways to do it, but that is my way anyway. Line chart is the best. Yeah, see, there's probably tons of different ones. Forex trade ideas. So here we go. So there's the good example of sacrificing risk reward for a better trade entry. You lose the probability. Here, this one. Let's see if we can get something out of this. Yeah, I'm not going to use a take profit. Let's just trail this one. Let's see if we could break above these 90.8s. A little bit of a slow-mo tonight. You used the fib once, the break move structure, like you showed it. Okay. So I'm not too far off. It's been a while since I used them, but once you learn, it's something you just don't forget, I guess. Sell the rip. If you're bullish or if you're bearish, look for a continuation. Yeah, let's see. What a slow markets tonight. Any more questions? Come on. Keep me busy. What did you make on that short breakdown today? I think it was like $400 or $500. Times that by 5. Maybe only $300 times 5. Would you trade DAX futures when it gets added to Topstep, hopefully next month? The shotgun beats? Yes. My answer is yes. I would watch DAX futures. It's slow markets. It does move overnight. And that's something I will be talking about once DAX becomes available in Topstep X. You're going to hear me talking about it. We're going to be watching it. And we will see some overnight trade concepts. That's definitely going to be one of them. DAX is great. I love trading. Yeah. Let's finish watching this trade, and then we're going to call it a night. Let's get to some more questions. Watch how this trade plays out, and we'll call it a night. I need to earn that $5 mute fee back. $5. That's what I'm going for. Got to earn that $5 mute fee back. We'll see if we get a break above these 90s. And do we make all this back up and push for 2,600? Come on. I'm going for it. Do you have any pets? No. The market is my pet. The market is my pet. Sometimes it does what it says, and others it doesn't. You was asking about the daily candle. When does the next day start? What time Eastern time? To me, the new day starts right at, what is it? 4 p.m. No, it starts right at 5 p.m. Central. To me, a new day starts right at the market open at 5 p.m. Central. Yep. Here we go. Let's see if we could get this. 91 again. Ooh, 64 came in on the bid. Oh, these are micros. Dang it. I did that one again. I'm over here watching the DOM. And I seen 60 orders come in at that. I'm like, I got excited. And then just, I was even talking about that this afternoon with D. All right, I'm calling it. Let's get out. There we go. $15. So I earned 2 mute fees. What a day, everybody. I love doing this. I love you guys on this. Tomorrow is the last day. TopstepTV takeover. Me and Coach Jay is going to be starting out the morning. Seeing if we could get added and bringing in Eddie and then Coach Robert. And then finishing off tomorrow in Power Hour, we're going to do a reversal challenge with Nick for a tick, and then see if Eddie could join us on that reversal challenge. It's going to be interesting. We'll see if I could even get the P&Ls. We'll see if I could get up to that level of getting the P&Ls displayed on the screen. But been a fun week, been a long week. This is the last session of Slow Markets, and I won't see you until the next, which will be Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. And other than that, it's been an amazing week. All else said, being exhausted, lots of trading. Like I said, I can't argue with this. This has been a great month. It really has. This has been fun in these XFAs. I haven't been taking it, I'm not going to say too serious, but it's been very relaxed, I guess. Excited for tomorrow, and then excited for a nice weekend. We'll see what the team's doing. I'm sure there's going to be some amazing and fun updates. So until then, I will see you tomorrow morning, maybe throughout the day. If not, I will catch you Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. So take care. See ya. Bye.